Hello and welcome back to my channel. My name is Laura. Today I am getting ready for October Daily. Last year I did October Daily and it's kind of like a December Daily, except you do it in October. And my 2022 book is right in here. I took a Monsters book and I gutted it out and put my own junk journal in there. So that's 2022. Then I made this journal here. It is empty. I am probably going to use it this year for 2023. I just found this at one of the fairs that I went to, and I hung it on here. This recently I found a Ghost Stories box from Michael's, and I found a Haunted Home is a Happy Home from Michael's. They are boxes, and what I want to do is put journals inside these two boxes. This is another journal that I made recently. This is another altered book. I believe that this one was Monsters, and I didn't gut this one out, but I did cover it. And in the inside of this one, I left the story, but I glued the pages together. So I want to like use this as well this year. I did make this one recently. It says in here, if I can do it with one hand, September 3rd, 2023, I made this book. So yeah, I just covered it up, and as I said, I glued pages together to form a book that I can journal and paint on or whatever I want. So I got this book from the Dollar Tree, I believe, and I was like, that is perfect to repurpose. And I put stuff on the spine with fabric that I had in my collection. I'm a big, huge Halloween. I love Halloween. I usually get dressed up every year. And yeah, so I like to journal about Halloween and also do my October Daily. So just recently I got this. I got this at the Odd Lot, I believe. It's a countdown to Halloween, and this little Halloween thing moves across, which was really cool. I don't remember how much this thing was, but I was like, I need to have this for my December Daily, so I just recently purchased that. So what am I going to do today? I want to take this Ghost Stories box. It's a box, so I'm just going to take it out. It's a little tiny box that I got at Michael's. I believe I got it on sale. I don't think I paid $6.99 for it. I believe I got it for like 50% off or something like that. It is a Ghost Stories. It says Ghost Stories Trick or Treat. And what I want to do is make a little journal and stick it in here. So that's what I want to do today. Okay, so what I'm going to do is measure the inside of this box. And this box is 4 1/4, but I am going to make it smaller, so I would write down 4, and then this height will be 5 3/4, so 5 1/2. So 5 1/2. Okay, so or 4 by 5. I think that will be good. So let's do 4 by 5. And we're going to make a 4 by 5 little journal to sit in there. And let's see what the spine is. It can't be more than 2 inches. So I would say let's make an inch. I don't want it to be fat so the box doesn't close. So I'm going to make an inch. I'm going to make a small journal with 1 inch spine. Okay, so let's make the cover. So you need 2 chipboards 4 by 5 and 1 chipboard that is 1 inch by 5. So that's the height. And then I have cardstock that I cut 5 by 6. I have 2 pieces. I'm going to cover up the little pieces here. And I like the spider web as my cover. And I am going to glue this down to here, and I'm going to use just Fabrifix, and hopefully I could get this glue to run. I did order more, but I'm running out, so I'm just going to glue this and put this in the center. And I made it so the paper is 1 inch bigger, or a 1/2 inch bigger than the cardboard. So that's going to be there. And then I am going to cut off the corners like that. And I've been reusing these things. Yeah. Alright, so then you're going to use a bone folder, and I hope I have it on my desk here, and just score it here, and score it around the whole thing, and you're going to fold it up like that and increase it with the bone folder. And you do all 4 sides like that, and then you're going to glue this down. So I am only going to do 1, and then I will do the other one off camera. So what I do is just use the Fabrifix and just glue it down. I'm sure many of you have done this before because you make a million of these. Okay. So you just hold it down until it takes. And sometimes I grab these Dollar Tree clips that hold it down just so it holds it. So you get these at the Dollar Tree, which is pretty cool. And that will hold it down for a little bit. And then you just glue all this down. And then I will move the clips to the next part because the first part should be glued by now. And I just move them around and use the same clips. There you go. And then we will glue this one down. And here we go. And I move them around. I use the clips just to hold it, so I'm not standing there holding it myself. All right, and one more. Okay, and now I have the cover all done, and I will do the other one off camera. Okay, so now I'm going to glue the inside cover, and this was I did this 3 3/4 by 4 5/4. Anyway, this will go on here. I made it a little bit smaller because the cover is 4 by 5. So I made it a little bit smaller to go inside and cover up the cardboard. So of course my glue is not working right now, but here you go. So I'm going to glue that onto here. And this is just Halloween paper that I had from last year. I'm just covering that up. And then I'm going to cover the other one. And this here is going to go on here. And then we will work on the spine. And on the spine, I like to use fabric. So I will grab fabric to do that. And I also use tape. So let me go grab my tape. Okay, so I grabbed book tape, and this is going to go, I'm doing on the inside first, and I'm just going to, it's a very, very sticky tape, and you leave a little bit of a gap in between the cover and the spine so it will fold. So I'm just going to cover this up. I'm going to do one piece here and use a regular scissors to cut it off. It is very, very sticky tape. Alright, so that's that, and just burnish that down. And then I'm going to do it the same thing on this side. And then I'm going to flip it over and tape it the other side. And then I will put fabric on top of that to cover the tape up. So I'm just using a scissor to cut off this piece here. Alright, so that, just make sure it folds. So there you go. I did this as my cover because I liked how the spider web was in the front. And then this will be the back cover. So now it is a little bulky and a little loose here, but I'm going to turn it over and we're going to do the same exact thing on this side. And don't worry about the tape because I am going to use fabric to cover this up. And get this on here. I'm gonna go grab my box of fabric. I have a box full of Halloween fabric. All right, so now I just want to make sure that this folds the way I want it to. So there you go. And just push this in and push that in. So now I have this as my front cover because I like the spider web there. And then it opens like this. And then I have the back cover. So it makes a little cute little journal thing. This is so cute. I hope it fits in the box. So here's the box, okay? And I hope I did it correctly. So this will go in here. Should have made it a little bit smaller, but yes, it does fit. So, yeah. So there you go. It fits inside the box. That's what I was concerned about, that it wasn't going to fit in there. But I made it the correct size. So now I want to go get some fabric and let's decorate the spine because I don't really like a white spine. So let me go get the fabric. Okay, so I just have this photo box filled with full fabric, and this is where I have my Halloween fabric. So I'm just going to open this up. I have other things as well in this box. So let's see what I have in here. I have these ghosts. Bring this up a little bit. Okay, so I have ghosts that I could use in my journal, but here is all my full fabric type things. And I want to look for a Halloween type one. Here's stuff that I used last year. Oh, this is perfect to use with the spider web. This is a spider web, but it's see-through. So I don't know if I could use that on top. Let's check out what happens when I put it on. Oh, that's pretty neat. But you will see the white behind. I don't know. I think that may work. Let's see what else I have in this box here. I have lots of scary stuff in here, and I have another plain spider web type thing. And I have a colorful one. That's pretty neat as well. If I want to bring some color, you know what? I might bring the color in. I think that might cool. I think I might bring the color in. So the cover is black and white, and let's do the color. Oh, look how cute that is. Yes, I collect a lot of stuff. Anyway, I'm going to use this. I don't know if I'm going to use it on top. Oh, it's so pretty. Anyway, so I want to cover the spine, and it has to be this width, which is kind of a lot. So I need the fabric to be 3 inches, at least 3 inches. So here is my colorful thing, and I'm going to tear it, I think. And hopefully this works, because sometimes it doesn't tear correctly. I want to tear it. Which way? Let's try. I want a rainbow. Do I want to do it that way? If I do it this way, I only get 1 color. Let's try to do a rainbow, 3 inches. And let's see if I could tear it. I need it like 3.5 inches. So I'm going to do 3.5 inches. I'm going to use my fabric scissors. Here is my fabric scissors. I label my scissors. See, it says fabric only. All right, so I'm going to put a little snip into here at the 3.5 mark, and then I'm going to tear and cross my fingers it works. Yay! So here we go. I have this 3.5 inch fabric now. And what I want to do is cover the spine up like that. And I'm going to go wrap it around to the other side. And we will glue this down. And I have enough, I think, up to the purple. Let's cut this off. Whoop, wrong scissors, see? I was using paper scissors and it wasn't cutting. All right, so let's put my fabric scissors away before I handle the wrong one. And then what I'm going to do is just see, this is my spine. I want purple on the front because I love the color purple. So it has to have the purple on the front. So I'm going to start gluing this down. And all I do is cover that spine as best I can. And I'm going to just glue the fabric. Let's just glue here. I'm going to glue here onto the thing in it. And then bring this up. I want the purple up lined up at the top. And this has to dry. And then I'm going to glue the bottom part of it. Glue, I'm just gluing the tape. And then I'm going to wrap it like that. Spread it down. Now this is going to flip over. And I'm going to glue this piece down first. So now I'm going to glue this. Okay, and glue that down. It's very sticky. My fingers are getting very sticky. And then I'm going to glue this down this way. I might have to cut some of it off. All right. I did make it too long, so let's use the fabric scissor. I'm going to cut it right here. I could use this. Don't throw anything away. You could use this as a tab. And we will glue this down. I'm gluing the fabric part this time, so it glues on the inside. And there you go. And you just push it down. Now, when I was at Michael's, and just make sure it folds. Yes, it's going to overlap. I'm going to have some extra fabric on there. When I was at Michael's, I found a whole bunch of ribbons and trims. Oh my God, I had to have everything. Look at this thing. So here is some ribbons and trims. And I also got some ribbons here. And put this in my Halloween box. I want to put a trim going up the side, but do I have any spiders? I don't know if I have any spiders. Oh, look, I have spider web. But do I have any trim that has spider on it? Oh, this has a nice spider. That's cool. I might use that. Or I have this trim. This black trim would be cool too. One that says Happy Halloween. I have this green trim. All right, I am going to go. Do I want the spider? I think I want the spider. I'm going to use the spider and glue this up the side like that. And I'll use my fabric scissor. Where did I put it? Of course, it's not here. Here it is. It's hiding. All right, so I'm going to cut this off to about that height. It's this. All right, and I'm just going to glue this down here. And glue that on. And I want to do that for the back cover as well. I'm just pushing it down so it glues. And then I will do the back as well. And I have a full box of Halloween stuff that I've been collecting. Going to take that off and just glue this up the side. Okay, so I have that. Now let's make the stuff that goes inside this thing, and I'll be right back. The signatures are 4.5 by 7, and I folded it in half, so it makes this little tiny little signature thing. And I just put 7 sheets, I believe, in each one. And then I also found a paper bag, which is this one. I cut it down to the same size, 4.5 by 7, and I sewed down the center, the right side and the left side, and I sewed on the bottom. So on the top, it makes a pocket, 2 pockets. So yeah, it's just a paper bag that I found in my Halloween box. And I'm just going to stick that in there. And now, when I make my journals, I love to make them like Travel's notebooks. So the papers come out. And I'm going to put them, 2 of them in here, like that. I have 2 about the same, 7 pages. And it looks like that when it's folded. And how I put them in here is I use this elastic cord. So I'm just going to do twice the size of the journal. And I am going to cut this with my regular scissor. So I need 2 pieces to do 2 of them. So again, twice the size of the journal. That's 1. And that is 2. And if I have extra, I will cut it off. So I go into the middle of the signature, and I'm just going to wrap this around the spine. And I don't sew them in. A lot of people sew them in. I find that I work better when they're not sewn in, so I can take the pages out and work. And all you do is tie it very tightly. Just do a double knot. Now you can cut off this excess, or you can dangle something onto it. If I move it up, I could dangle something off. You can also put it on the outside of the spine and dangle things off the outside. So I might do that. So let's put it on the outside there. And then I will attach the second signature the same way with the other piece of elastic. So I'm just going to put that there. I'll go to the center of the signature, and I'm just going to wrap it around, grab this one, and knot this as well. And again, as I said, I could put stuff on the outside, or you could leave it on the inside. Okay, so I have lots of extra. And you can also cut this off. So let's put this on the outside. I'm not sure I'm going to cut them off or not yet. If I put them on the outside, it might not fit in the box. So that is my goal, to make the thing fit in the box. But yeah, so now I have that dangling on the outside. Now, look at this. We have a problem, don't we? It doesn't close. So now I need to make a closure because the journal pops open. So, yes. And I have to make a closure. So let me check my elastics and see what I have for closures, and I'll be right back. I'm going to make a closure using elastic and a button. I found this strange button. I thought this would be great for Halloween. It kind of matches the spine, so it has the green whatever in there. So I'm going to sew the button onto the front like that. And I'm going to punch 2 holes in the back to put the elastic in. So let me do that first. So I'm going to put 2 holes in the back. I'm going to use the We Are Memory Keepers punch. And I'm going to make 2 holes. I already put a pencil mark of where I want to put the holes. So I'm hoping that this works. And okay, so now I have 2 holes. I'm going to thread this from the back in like that, and I'm going to thread the other piece in the back, in the front, the back in. Here we go. So I have I'm going to tie this here. I'm going to have a loop here, so it hangs there, and I'm going to close the book. I didn't sew it yet, but I just want to make sure this works. So I'm going to sew the button here, and this thing is going to wrap around, and it's going to hold around the button once the button is secure. That will hold the book shut, I believe. So let me do that and make sure that it actually works. I'm going to tie this here. I'm going to double knot it. I'm going to leave some extra just in case I need it. So there I got the double. I got a loop here. So this pulls out. I'm just going to tie it tighter. Hold this and tight. Okay. So now I have a loopy thing. I'm not cutting it off yet because I have to adjust this to the way I need it. And then on the front cover, I'm going to put the button. So the button's going to go... Should I do it here? If I do it over there, this will have enough to grab the button. I think I'm going to put it here. All right, so in order to make holes in the front cover, I am going to put this on top of my Stampin' Up! Punch board thing. And I'm going to use my awl to create a buttonhole. And I think I'm going to put it right button there, and I'm going to sew the button on. So, yeah, I'm going to punch holes into the cover and pray that this works. I need the fourth one. It's not punching. Okay, so now I have holes through the cover, and I need thread to sew this on. I double stitched the button on twice so it won't come off, and then it works really well. This will go wrap around the front, and it will wrap around the button like that, and it closes it. So that's pretty neat. Yeah, and then if you want to open it, you just open it like that. So that seems to work. So that's a pretty cool closure. I'm going to cut off the excess here because I have extra. I'm going to cut this off, and so it's not flimsy. All right, so now I have that like that. Okay, and that will like go like this, and put that around here. Now I don't like these things hanging, so I think I'm going to put them inside the book for right now. So I'm going to move these around to the center of the book for now. I don't think I'm going to dangle anything. I'm just going to cut it off because I'm not dangling anything for now. It's not going to fit in the box. Yeah, so let's move this one around as well, and let's cut that extra piece off. This is just extra here. All right, so there you go. Now I have everything in there. This will go like that. And this loopy thing will go around the button, so that closes it. So that's pretty cute. It's a cute little journal. Now where's my box? So here's the box, and Ghost Stories Trick or Treat. My idea, it says Ghost Stories on the outside. My idea was to go and back in the past and print up all my pictures from every year that my kids were born, and then do like a journal type thing with every year in here. I thought this would be really cute. So make sure that this fits in here. So this will go like that, and that will go in there very nicely snug, and then it closes, and then it sits on the shelf. So that's pretty neat. So I'm going to add this to my collection. I really love these things, and it protects the dust from getting on my journal. So a little tuck away thing. And I'm really impressed how this came out. I'm really loving it. And it's so cute. So anyway, thank you for watching. And I will see you in another video. Bye.